Andrew Johns will get proceedings underway here at Marathon Stadium. The Newcastle Knights running into a very stiff breeze at this stage. The ball goes loose. Not the start the Gold Coast Chargers were looking for, but luckily they get out of their own territory. And
they're important when he's out there, and the field position that Newcastle have at the moment is due to what Paul Harrigan does when he's out there.
Andrew Johns goes himself from the scrum, looking to link up with the outside men. Maybe he won't need them. Moody for the corner, and he gets across for the first one. Maybe the first of many. But Jason Moody scored it, but put it down to the work back on the inside of Andrew Johns. He simply mesmerised them.
Great play from Andrew Johns. He made that earlier break.
A very stiff breeze. He'll start this one way right. He has. It's coming back, just waved away. So the scoreline at Marathon remains 4 points to 0. Final tackle. Johns. Crossfield kick. They've got numbers. What about the take? It's a spectacular one. Craigie gets across on the first bounce. Great hands.
That's just sheer class from Owen Craigie. That was just a half volley pickup.
14th try for the year. Andrew Johns. Again, all kicks on a day like today so tough. He strikes this one nicely. It's waved away though. The scoreline, he's not happy with it. 8 points to 0, the Newcastle Knights lead. He's the sort of player who can take off from a standing start. Badeiros sets it up for Cochrane. The Gold Coast, they fell asleep on the blind side. The Newcastle Knights responded. 12 points to 0. He thinks his other kicks have been tough. What about this one? Straight into the teeth of the breeze. Strikes it. It's wide again, waved away. The scoreline, 12 points to 0. It could be far worse. Local product from Lakes United, Harrigan. Great to see him back. Lomax. I think Phil Economides and the Gold Coast Chargers share my sentiments. Andrew Johns, he'll get the bounce here. Kicks again. Gidley's chasing through. Miles goes back, the kick, 1 yard too big. Final tackle. Lindsay. Brendan Lindsay gets away. They're going to run it. Nahi. Will he go to the boot? Chance for Miles. Miles kicks. They'll score. No, the corner post. Where'd it come from? Some great play here, Jason.
It was well played down that far right-hand side. Chris Nahi did it well. Put Miles into the clear, and the kick just rolled towards the corner post. It took a right-hand turn without an indicator.
Number 14 for the Newcastle Knights. Peter Shields. It goes. O'Doherty flings it out the back. Johns. Gidley. Too much pace for Sattler. Sattler came again. Moody for Andrew Johns. Andrew Johns. The kick way too big off the left boot. And the crowd, they think the player was held back in back play.
The touch judges come in, Terry. Jason Hudson.
Number 2, the Gold Coast.
Was who held Jason Moody off the ball. It was before that replay we see there of Andrew Johns putting that kick on the left foot. Gidley had run towards the right-hand touchline and threw it back inside to Moody. Jason Hudson had hold of him before he even caught the ball. And he's given him 10 minutes.
Well,
I've got to say it wasn't worth 10 minutes. Well, it was worth a penalty.
They're just 20 metres away from the try line. They're yet to cross. Nice short ball there for Sattler. Out the back, Lindsay taken to ground. Final tackle now for the Gold Coast. Thorburn, high ball, coming backwards now. Lands in the arms of Curry. Out the back for Goddard. Goddard for the corner. Gets up, goes again, reaches out, no try. You can see his look of concern on his face, and that's why. King dummies, pushes off Craigie. Miles gets over for the Gold Coast. They score the first try of the second half. 12 points to 4 now. Gold Coast Chargers making a game of it.
It's amazing, isn't it, Terry? We've talked about this wind in the first half, and the Coast now running into it have spent the majority of this second half in Newcastle's territory. And
it swings back, and over it goes. 12 points to 6. They're within a converted try. Goddard, O'Brien, loose ball. Conley has it. Spins out of one. Goddard again, he's been dangerous today. Slips a beauty. Nahi goes over. I think that's chalk. We'll go to the video referee. Will the Gold Coast hit back with their second?
Let me say before we see the replay, I thought he bounced onto the line. He bounced once, but the momentum sort of carried him onto the line. Devin Cochran had him there. Bounces short.
Well, it's a try. It's a green light. The Gold Coast have struck back. Try number 2. Krish Nahi, the man who scores it. They are to within 2 points of Newcastle. It's equal first position up against 19th. Or equal 20th.
And struck the one a minute ago from a similar position perfectly.
And I was about to say the breeze may have dropped off, but I've just had a look at the flags and it hasn't. He strikes this one. He has struck it well. We've got a tied-up ball game at Marathon. Who would have thought? 12 points all. Andrew Johns. Now they're starting to look like Newcastle of old. Pinchinelli looking for support. Craigie on the inside. Craigie reaches out. He puts it down nonchalantly, but it was a great try. He got through a lot of traffic. He got away from 3 and 4. He'd like this one because that would put them a converted try away. At the moment, they lead by 4. This one hooking back. The flags are up. 18 points to 12 at Marathon. Inside the final 5 minutes now. This has been a nasty scare. Make no bounds about it. Through he goes. Matthew Johns looks at the option. And it goes eventually. Now it's the final tackle. Vidaris. Andrew Johns' field goal attempt. He slots this one over. And now the Newcastle Knights are home. But they have survived the scare. 19 points to 12.
And it does tell a story, doesn't it? The fact that they kept the Coast in the game for so long.
This ground in remarkably good order. There's a tragic handling error to end this contest. Just 2 seconds to go. And the Newcastle Knights. Short Cup victory number 16 for the season.